How's it going, everyone? So the video I'd planned on releasing this week is taking a little bit longer to process than I had hoped it would. So I decided to move something up a week. I'd planned on shooting this weekend anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and release it as soon as I finish editing this in. I'm doing it's supposed to be end of the month unboxing video where I'm kind of going over some projects that I have planned for the next month. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to be unboxing any more Razer gear. I'm done with all that. Well, I mean, I'm not, let's be honest. But anyway, so before I get into that, I really want to tell you about something that I've done. I've hinted around in some videos that I've been trying to get some sponsorship deals. Well, while I don't have anything lined up, I do want to tell you about a really cool company. That's Player One Coffee. You can see I'm enjoying a cup right now. Oh gosh, that is so good. Now, what's fueling this episode? That would be this. Leroy Jenkins! It's extra decaffeinated blonde roast. They list it as one of their light roasts, but I'll be honest with you, the caffeinated wife and I like this so much. We've actually already burned through our sample pack, and we're about to burn through this. Which is kind of one reason I wanted to go ahead and put this on video, because honestly, we're about to open this. So, but check the video description. I've got a code that you can use to get 5% off of your order to Player One Coffee. Check them out. They are a great company. And I mean, come on, they're coffee and gamer nerds. What better to have on a video of Kilobytes and Caffeine, right? But anyway, again, they're not sponsoring me, but if you use my code, they do take care of me. So please go use my code. Check them out if you want coffee. And let's do this. At least I got coffee. I've been on a bit of a kick of doing some console rebuilds, as you've noticed. Now, the one thing that I haven't really talked about is, how do I come across some of this stuff? Well, I'll be honest with you, some of it comes off of eBay. Now, I kind of want to just show you some projects that I have. I did find a Duke controller, so that I'm going to try, and you can see this thing is dirty. I actually got this on eBay for $1. I'm not joking. I put a $1 bid on it, and nobody outbid me. The reason being is they said that the triggers were kind of stuck, and I mean, they don't look it now, but they were when I got it, and I just put a little pressure on it and kind of broke them free. But I want to tear this down and rebuild it just like I did with the Controller S. And anyway, this is going to be coming up in a future episode. Now, I'm probably going to do an entire video of nothing but controller rebuilds, because I have quite a few of these. Now, the big unboxing. That's this puppy right here. This is a big box of goodies that I got. And I'm not going to pretend that, oh, some anonymous donor sent this to me. No. You can see where I got it from. Anyway, I managed to throw a fairly low bid on this lot of items, and surprisingly, I got it. So we're going to go through and see exactly what I got. I know what I purchased, so let's see exactly what kind of condition everything is in. So, make sure I don't get in my coffee. That would be bad. Bad, bad, bad. I'm also planning on doing some gameplay videos. I actually recorded one a couple nights ago, and when I went to review the footage, I got absolutely no audio from the game, so you just had my commentary while I was playing it. While I try to be entertaining, I really just didn't want to release anything like that, as gameplay videos might be something that I start doing more often. So, okay, so you can see the plethora of high-quality packing material that this seller used here. But, okay, cool. So, aha, I see how he packed it, so, or she, I don't know, but, or they, I'm all-inclusive. Well, anyway, so, these two items are one and the same, or the same type of thing. So, this right here is something you've probably already seen, that I've been wanting another one for a while. And it is a Sony Playstation 3. And we'll we'll get back to this in a minute. I'm going to set this off to the side here so that I can kind of go over everything. Now this right here is something that just absolutely makes me happy. And I'm going to unbox and move my box to the side. Haha, yes! Sorry, I forgot whether this came with all of the pieces to the front. But what we have here is a black Xbox 360. And typically these were, or what I can remember, the Xbox 360 Elites were black. But I think they also just had regular consoles, you know, the non-Elites that were black. This does have the HDMI port in the back. Let me get some of this shredded newspaper out of here. So this does have the HDMI port in the back. It looks like somebody's had this thing opened at some point. I'm seeing a little bit of marring right there on that sticker. So we will see whether or not this works. Now, if you know these systems, you know that, you know, at some point with the E-fuses and everything they have in them, they're all going to croak. So I'm going to try to see if I can get a couple of these working. Now, this right here all came in a lot. And let's see here. What do we have here? We have the 120 gigabyte hard drive. And correct me if I'm wrong, if it has the chrome trim on it like that, that is the Elite hard drive. Now, most likely this drive has failed. I'm kind of jostling it a bit to see if I hear anything shaking. So I remember that the 120 gig hard drives were part of the Elite package. So theoretically, this could be an Xbox 360 Elite that I now have. This is one of several Xbox 360 consoles. And quite honestly, if it wasn't for all of these extra hard drives, because this is another one, and this is also another 120, it's got the chrome trim on it. I want to do some experimentation, and I'll do all of this on camera. See if I can successfully upgrade these drives, maybe put some SSDs in there, or do something kind of funky. But this is something that I'm going to be experimenting with, and I'm going to be researching. I actually have now, with this console, 5 Xbox 360s. Now you might ask, well, why the heck do you have so many 360s? Well, 3 of them were given to me, non-functional, and I want to see if I can make them functional. And then one of them was my old daily driver Xbox 360. So that was what I used to play games on all the time before I got the Xbox One. I do have an Xbox One S, and it is the green console, which I got on sale a few years ago. Mostly got it for the caffeinated wife whenever she had Megabyte, so that she could play video games from home. So this right here is one of the consoles that I am just like silly excited about. I've owned one of these before. Years ago, whenever I was living by myself, had an apartment. I did the rent-to-own thing, and I got a television and a PS3, and I loved it. When I had to economize and move back in with my mom and grandmother for a little while, I decided it was in my best interest to send that back to the rent-to-own place, because otherwise 3 payments and I could have just bought one outright. The prices had dropped by then. So it was always my plan to get another PS3. Now, I bought this as untested, and I have no idea whether or not this works. So I'm going to be doing a video on this where we dive into it, and it might be the most boring video ever, but as you can see right here, the casing is buckled a little bit, and I'm looking for obvious signs where somebody's been digging into this. This foot's missing. I don't know, can't really tell. Don't know the PlayStations as well as I would like to. That's another reason that I got it. It's just so that I could have another little project to open up and see what I can do about modding it. And this does actually look like it still has the hard drive in it, which is good, because that was one thing that somebody warned me about, was that the hard drives might be missing. But this is not my only PlayStation 3. I want to show you something that I've had kicking around for a while. And that would be this big boy right here. And this is one of the original, what they call the fat PlayStation 3s. It's missing the little door cover over this right here. Other than that, it actually looks like it's intact. The PlayStation logo rotates back and forth. I left it dirty, honestly, because it was something that was donated to me. And at the time, I didn't have any interest in doing consoles, but now I kind of do, so I'm glad I held on to it. I did have another Xbox 360 that I did sell on eBay several months ago, and now that I'm kind of shifting gears over toward consoles, then I'm kind of regretting that a little bit. But anyway, so that's this one. Now, I don't know what the deal is with this. We're going to go through it together and see. I mean, obviously, this is something that somebody got rid of for a reason. So, otherwise, again, this will be a very boring video whenever I do look into this. So, that's going to be this rebuild. So, you can look forward to some really cool PlayStation content. And that kind of rolls right into the next unboxing, which is this right here. Now, again, where did this come from? Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is something else I got on eBay. Now, you might ask, well, dude, why are you asking for donations if you just go buy crap on eBay? Here's the thing. When I go on eBay, I throw out lowball bids. I throw out stupid low bids on things, not expecting to win them 9 times out of 10, if you want to know the truth. If I won everything that I bought or I bid on eBay or I put an offer on, then I would need an even bigger place than I already need right now. Our house is kind of overrun with vintage computers and tech, so it would be even worse. Oh, see, I always like it when people put little notes and stuff like that in there. Thank you. Enjoy. Your order made my day. I hope this package makes yours. Okay, well, I appreciate you taking my really low offer on this. So, this is sold as a repair lot. And, ooh, I'm already seeing stuff that I wasn't anticipating. We have, whoa, what? Oh my gosh, I got a game too. Sweet, I was seriously not expecting this. Okay, so you can already tell what it is. It's a PlayStation 2. SmackDown versus Raw. This is cool. Okay. So now I can test it. This is something else, if I remember correctly, was sold as untested, non-working, yada, yada, yada. That's how I like to buy things. All right. And this is one of the original PlayStation 2s. And this thing's actually really clean. Okay. I can tell it's not been opened before. I definitely want to go through it and clean it out. It has the expansion bay cover in place, which is awesome. Or actually, no. This one, I think it does power up. It just doesn't read a disc. That was the deal with this one. So now that's cool and all, and I'm really glad I got another game with it, because I don't have a lot of PlayStation 2 games, but that doesn't really matter so much. I'm actually trying to find more, but all of this is related to this right here. I'm going to be doing an episode on soft modding a PlayStation. And if you know anything about PlayStation 2s, you know what that is. So I've got some experiments that I want to run. And of course, everyone is invited to join me on this journey. So I'm going to be doing some experiments on this PlayStation 2 to see if not only I can get FreeMcBoot to work, I want to see what kind of hard drive options we have. Because, I mean, anybody can just throw a hard drive in a unit and copy games to it and, you know, do emulators and stuff like that and play it. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal anymore. But, you know, there are questions that people have that I don't think other people have answered sufficiently. So, such as serial ATA options, solid state options, you know, could I get something like this to work in it? Obviously not this specific one because it's got the wrong pin on it, but you get my drift. So, these are some questions that I want answers to, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it on camera and show everybody the process. Now, you may notice from the thumbnail, this was in a box. However, this one wasn't. This was another donation, supposedly in working order. We'll see. The surprise for me, I did ask for it, and when I look for consoles and stuff like this, sometimes I will ask for 2 or 3 of them. I'm not being greedy. Eventually, I would love to have a version for what I call the family collection, which is the collection that me and the caffeinated wife, Megabyte, and eventually Kilobyte actually use. It's also referred to as our shrine of gaming in the living room. We're all gamers. We love this stuff. But eventually, I'd also like to have another one that I can use for production purposes. So that's why some of these consoles, I do want to have 2 or 3 of them. Now, I accumulated 5 Xbox 360s just out of happenstance, but what do you do? But this right here, and I'm looking for a screwdriver, so bear with me, was something that was donated to me by a coworker, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, because I have no idea whether this works. This will save my video. But what I was not expecting was that this already had the network card on it. So I want to show you why this got me really, really excited. It also came with a couple of controllers, no games, and that's no big deal because I'm hoping to start making some deals and stuff to get some games. There's a few games that I really want to do some playthrough videos on, mostly because I just want to play them again. And I figured, you know, why not bring everybody along for the ride? A lot of them are Need for Speed games, so that's why that's kind of funny to me. But, so, I want to show you the... What the... Oh my gosh! Serious! Okay. Okay, this is a surprise to me. I seriously was not expecting this. Okay, so this actually has an IDE hard drive attached to it. Okay, cool. I've never seen this before. My PlayStation 2 that I had, I just had the adapter, and I don't even think I had this drive tray, which is cool. Oh my god. Man, thank you. Seriously, you know who you are. Okay, cool. So this has a Sony 40 gigabyte IDE hard drive in it. Cool. Well, okay. So that... All right. Well, I have an 80 gigabyte that I was going to put in here for experimental purposes. And, okay, this kind of changes things up a little bit. Well, maybe not really. I kind of don't want to disturb this drive, so I might just try the 80 gigabyte because it's something that was pulled from a system that I knew personally, and I know it had low hours on it. So, cool. Plus, again, you know, I kind of want to experiment with it. I did have a hard drive in my PlayStation 2, but I don't think I ever used it for anything. And at the time, I don't think that Free McBoot or anything like that was available, so there's really no way to mod it. And I'll be honest with you, I got so frustrated at it because I felt like it was lagging on a game that I was playing that I kind of rage sold it, if you want to know the truth. I threw it on eBay, took a stupid low offer, probably from somebody like me, and turned around and bought an Xbox 360 with the money. So... But anyway, so we'll just go ahead and... Okay. So we've got the 2 PlayStation 2s here, and we're going to start working on these. This one is a little dirtier. You know, he said it was sat around for a while. It was nothing that they were actively playing, so that's awesome. I really like getting stuff like this. Honestly, the dirtier the better. I love cleaning these things up, making them shine. So, we've got 2 PlayStation 2s coming up. You know, maybe it'll be a tale of 2 PlayStations. I don't know. But anyway, I'm hoping the end result is that I'll have another one of these in this unit, and then I'll have both of them loaded up with some games that I can play. And this one will be appearing on live streams. Now, there's another system that I want to talk about. And I can see I'm getting a little long in the tooth here. I can see that the video is running a little long, so I'll make this brief. When I first started playing games, I was not an RPG fan. There's a game that turned me into an RPG fan, and it's a game that has been on my personal gaming bucket list to finish, and I have never finished it. I've never owned a copy of it until now. But here's the thing. I need to fix the console that it plays on first. So, in a future video, I will finally be restoring a Super Nintendo. I bought this on eBay several years ago. I have another one, and honestly, I got this one because I wanted something to rebuild. And as you can see, it's in desperate need of retrobrighting, which is now something that I can do. I need to experiment on something else first before I really commit to doing some hardware like this. But yeah, you can see it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. So we'll be doing this in a future video. But what's the one problem of having a console like this if you don't have any accessories for it? That's where this comes in. It took me a while to find one. Because believe it or not, these things are actually still really, really popular. And I have a funny story about trying to find one of these when I was younger. So, yep. Okay, this looks legitimate. I have some Chinese knockoffs, and they just don't feel the same way. So I'm really thinking about ripping them to shreds and building some custom controllers out of it. And don't worry, I will be using genuine Sanwa arcade parts. So, yep. So now, to go with my dirty SNES, I have a dirty SNES controller. That's kind of loose. That's pretty good. Otherwise, this actually... And yes, I will be washing my hands thoroughly after this video, because I'm handling a lot of dirty equipment here. So, I don't know if you figured it out yet. I didn't even include it in the thumbnail photo, because I am like stupidly excited about this. This, I didn't even blank out the addresses or anything on it. So, I just got this yesterday. This was a complete surprise. I was not expecting this in until next week, but I can't wait to show you. This makes me happy. This makes me genuinely, genuinely happy. Secret of Mana. Or Mana. However you want to say it. I've always known it as Secret of Mana. And when I was younger, one of my best friends, he was the cool guy. He was the one that you wanted to hang out with. He had the coolest toys. He had the coolest everything. And this is not why I liked hanging out with him. I thought he was just a really cool guy. But he went through this game, and I absolutely loved it. I had no interest in RPGs until this game. And I played it on his console for a little bit, but I never owned a copy of it. Now, of course, I could emulate it all day long, but come on, there's something about using a real console, using the real game on this console. Speaking of real game, it does look legitimate. Now, I could open this up, and I may, just to clean it out, and this be a complete knockoff on the inside. But the one thing that I really love about this is I did get the walkthrough. And this is something that my friend had. It's got the full colored maps and everything, and all of this stuff. And I used to just love looking through this book of his. And yeah. I've really wanted this, and a lot of people call these cheater guides and stuff like that, but with some of these games you really need a good roadmap to see what you need to do to get where you want to go with certain things. And I'll probably be reading this first before I start doing the video on it, because I want to restore this. Now, when I do the video series, I may use an emulator just for video production purposes, but I do have a copy of it. So that, to me, clears me, at least clears my conscience about using an emulator. So, but yeah, I got this. This was the last console that I ever got as a kid, brand new. The rest of them were always used. I mean, not this specific one, obviously. But anyway, I'm also thinking about doing a personal history of gaming video, and just kind of tell everybody how I got involved with gaming, both PC and console. So, sip on some more Player One coffee. Now, that's going to wrap it up. I am going to try to see if I can cut down the length of some of my videos. So I did get that as some feedback. The last video series did run a little long. Honestly, I probably could have split it into 3 videos. I was really excited and wanted to share the project. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the post notification bell if you haven't already, because you never know when I'm going to upload what. Although I am really trying to turn this into every Monday. I'm going to start calling it Maniac Monday. So, if I do any gameplay videos, those will probably drop sometime over the weekend, because I'll probably be playing on Monday night, and that gives me plenty of time to upload them. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.